Hi, this is Russ Anderson. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use Synthize's instructable assistant, Synthia, for mouse-driven workflow automation. Now with Synthia, just typing a few words of English can perform functions that would be time-consuming to do manually by mouse. That's covered extensively in the Synthia manual. But if I'm doing the same commands repetitively, it's easier to trigger them with a mouse rather than typing or speaking them over and over again. So that's what I'll show today. Now, for these functions, Synthia does need to be open, but you can minimize it down to the toolbar. And you can have the sound off or on, depending on your preference. So we're going to start by going to the scripting folder. And this is the place that Synthize stores any scripts that you have created. And then that's what we're going to do today. We're going to create some scripts. So I've already created a little folder to put these new scripts into that we're going to play with. And right now this is just a standard Windows Explorer window. It would be a Finder window on a Mac, whatever. So this isn't actually part of Synthize at all. So I'm going to go and create a new document, and I'm going to call it Cell Orange. For reasons that'll be clear in a moment. And let's just open it up with Notepad, and you can open it in whatever text editor you prefer. So into that, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to first put in a little header line. This is a comment as far as Synthia is concerned. I'm just going to give the name of this particular function. We're going to make it select orange trackers. And sure enough, the function of it is select the orange trackers. So I think everybody can agree pretty much what this thing is going to do. So we'll save it away. And now we need to do one other thing, which is to go back now, and we're going to change the extension to be SIA, which Synthize will recognize as something that should be passed off to Synthia when we want to run it. So now let's go back to Synthize, and we're going to tell it to find the new scripts. And sure enough, if we look down here, here's the little folder, the beautiful folder, and now we see these scripts. We just created this select orange trackers one, and you can see I've got a bunch of other ones there already. So you get an idea what those things are supposed to do. Now, of course, running through this whole big script menu would be a pain in the butt. So let's go over to the script bar manager, and we're going to create a new script bar. We'll call it Beautiful also. And we're just going to save it away into the scripts folder. Now we're ready to start adding some things to it. So we can just go through, and we're looking for the tools that we created. So here's the select orange trackers that we selected. We'll add that to the list. And when we add them to the list here, this is the name that's going to appear on the toolbar itself, so we can shorten it up a little bit. And we'll do the same thing for the yellow one. And we'll find our other ones. We've got make these orange. And make yellow. So now we've created our script bar. So it lives out here on this list here, where we can create it. So now we've got a script bar that we can play around with and position wherever we want. And of course now at this point we can just select a bunch of trackers, hit the make orange button. You see the color over here changed. Similarly, you can select a bunch, make yellow. Now predictably, now I can go and select the orange or the yellow ones and play around with these however I want. So that's a quick way to do some grouping sort of tasks in this particular instant. But you see that it'll work with any kind of Synthia command that you put in there, and those can be fantastically varied and very, very powerful. So there you go. It's a nice way to integrate things together to take advantage of the full power of Synthia and be able to get everything to be as quick and fast as possible.